We needed that. We needed that win, but we cannot keep living like this. Guys, we can't keep living like this. If it was a normal day with Arsenal with proper attackers, I'm telling you, we would have been 3-0 up in the first 20 minutes. But instead, we had to suffer. We had to suffer in that game in the sense that we could have killed the game if we had the quality, but we couldn't. And that just left, a glimmer of hope for Tottenham. Of course, it's Tottenham, and they can never capitalise. So for us, it was a good win, 2-1 to the Arsenal. And as I said, we really needed that win. Coming into this game, Liverpool dropping points, we know we have to take advantage. We know we have to close the gap, and we know we have to give ourselves something going into Saturday against Aston Villa. Going to be a very, very tough game. We know that we had to win today. We knew we had to win today, and we did. 2-1 to the Arsenal. And yeah, let's just get straight into all the stats, the quotes, everything, because even after the game, I've been reading some of the quotes. Declan Rice, Mikel Arteta talking about transfers potentially coming into Arsenal. So hopefully we're going to get some news in the next few days, because we need something. Honestly, if you can get someone even before this Villa game, please do it, because right now that attack is scary. It's scary, and scary for us, not for the opposition. It's scary for us. But anyway, guys, man, let's keep it moving. As I said, yeah, of course, we won 2-1. Heung-min Son actually got the first goal of the game. It was some poor defending, maybe. The ball comes to him, edge of the box, and he shot. You know what it is with Arsenal versus Tottenham, actually, right? Every time we play Tottenham, I'm pretty sure they score the first goal, especially in our Emirates games. Away from home, it's a little bit different. Sometimes, yeah, we'll score the first goal, whatever. But at home, it's always the same thing. Either they'd get a penalty. When Harry Kane was there, obviously they had to always give him a penalty, Mr. England and all of that. They always give him one penalty to start it off, and then after, we just batter them. You know how it goes. But they always seem to get the first goal, even when, as I said, in that first 20 minutes, if we had the likes of Aubameyang, like we had a few years ago, Saka, obviously, if he was fit, the Smith Rowe, these sort of players who, once they get a chance to shoot, more often than not, it's going into a really dangerous area. If we had that quality up front to actually finish them off, I think, as I said, first 20 minutes would have put them away, and as we've done in the past many a times. But we didn't do that, and that gave him the chance. And obviously, Son, a bit of a deflection. I think it hit Thomas Partey on the way in. Score, edge of the box shot. Okay, fair enough. 1-0 down. But even then, it was just frustrating because we had it. We were dominating them. We were bullying them. We were all over them. They were panicking. Their goalkeeper today, new goalkeeper they've signed, he was trying to play out the back. Sometimes it went well. Sometimes it didn't go too well. But again, we were putting them under pressure. They were crumbling, but we couldn't just fully take advantage. But again, set piece again. Set piece again. It was a Declan Rice whips it in. Gabriel, they're giving it as a Solanke own goal. I don't know if it was Solanke own goal. They should just give it to my guy Gabriel. We'll talk about him as well in a second. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. Talk about all the stats, all that stuff, and then we'll get into each player as well and how they played today. And as I said, the quotes as well. So yeah, as you can see, today I'm excited. I'm positive. This is so different to. I remember, was it Man United the other day? Yeah, so different today, man. Honestly, you know what it is. Even if I've got issues with our team, I've got issues with our attackers. Game like today against Tottenham, against your rival, man, you just want to win. You just want to win. Let me move myself, man, around here. All right, let's go. So yeah, straight away you can see the possession here, 53-47%. So again, for me, this is a positive because we've seen, I think it was a Man United game, right, where we had about 70% possession, but obviously if you're watching the game, you knew that it was just sideways, not really going anywhere. United were parking the bus, obviously, with 10 men. They had to do what they had to do. We weren't really penetrating them. Sometimes it's better to see that you have 53%, but when you're watching the game, you know why you have 53%, because you're attacking a lot quicker. You're going forward. You're trying to be more direct. You're trying to put the team under pressure. And that's what we saw today from Arsenal. And that's exactly, to be honest, as a fan, that's what we want to see. We don't want to see this slow sideways football. We want to see the passes going in quickly. We want to see the wingers getting in behind. We want to see some action. If you play with pace, you play with energy. And we'll talk about Myles, Lewis-Skelly and the energy he was giving the team today. Amazing performance by the youngster. That sort of energy is what is going to get us somewhere, even with a bad attack. If you can give the team in general a lot more energy, that's going to give us a chance at least of doing something. You know what I mean? So anyway, as you guys can see here, our XG on paper 1.42. We've had games where our XG is much higher, but as I said today, watching the game, the feeling of the game was that, listen, we could have done a lot more with the chances we had. 14 shots, 4 big chances. I think, see, that's funny because today it says 4 big chances. Last time we looked at it, the United game, he had like 26 shots, 4 big chances, and I said that was just a bit of a joke. Tottenham on here, they're saying only 1 big chance. I think of the chances that they had. Not too many chances. Kulusevski had a good chance. Maybe that's a big chance in the first half that he should have probably put away. Obviously, the goal that they scored, I don't know if obviously they counted but even the goal that they scored, I don't think it'll count as a big chance, I'd imagine, right? So yeah, they didn't have too many chances, but they did have some moments. Jed Spence put in a good ball for Solanke. Gabriel with an amazing block. And we'll talk about Gabriel, our number 6, the king of Brazil, as we know. And yeah, and everything good that he's doing. So yeah, on paper, as you can see, the stats, it's not amazing. It's not out of this world. But as I said, as a fan, you know what you're watching. This is a much better than... On paper, obviously, the numbers might look better in the United game, but it wasn't a good game. So sometimes the stats are not everything, but it can give you an indication of what's going on depending on how you're using it. And yeah, we'll get into our lineup here. Let me see if you guys can see that. Let me move myself again as per. So yeah, let me just move myself here. Boom. So yeah, let's just get straight into the team. So as you guys can see here, for me, going into the game, I did an 11 of who I'd play today. And the only difference for me would have been Kai Havertz for Martinelli. I would have liked to see Martinelli through the middle. And actually, when he came on, of course, he was playing a lot on the right, but at the same time, he was holding the central, areas quite a bit as well. So he had even 1 dribble from the centre. And I was thinking, listen, let Martinelli play. I've been saying it all this time. Let Martinelli play in the centre. He's not a good winger. He is not a good winger. Just let the guy play up front. He's got weapons, he's got things to his game where if we develop him properly, he could be a weapon for us in the centre forward position. I'm not saying he's someone who's going to be starting for us every week, but there's enough with Martinelli for us if we were serious enough to try and change his position, try and make him more of a, play on the last man, number 9 sort of player. I feel like we could get a lot out of Martinelli. But today, of course, Mikel Arteta, and this is my issue with Arteta, I feel like he feels like he needs to play Kai Havertz because he signed Kai Havertz. He spent all this money on him. He had to convince the club, obviously, to spend that sort of money on Kai Havertz. So for him, is it an ego thing? You have to persist with him. He doesn't... Like, for me, if you look at what he did against Man United, I know he got a lot of abuse after, right? Especially some people taking it way too far. It's family threats, etc., which is obviously out of line, criminal, etc. But is Arteta just playing him because of that? Is it sympathy? What is it? You don't want to kill his confidence? Or he's a professional footballer. He gets paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. I think he'll be fine if you drop him. So for me, today he didn't have a great game. He should have scored at least 2 goals in my opinion. For me, not a good performance. And even on the stats here, you can see out of all of our players in green, right? And as I said, I don't give a big... Normally the stats are nonsense, right? But today, even the stats are agreeing with me where it says Kai Havertz didn't have a good game. Didn't have a good game. And for me, if you're Mikel Arteta, why are you persisting with him? You have Martinelli there. If it's a case where he has to play and you have no choice, fair enough, I understand. But today you don't have to play him. You've got Raheem Sterling, you've got Leandro Trossard, and you've got Martinelli. There's no reason to play him. And he doesn't deserve to play, as I said. So anyway, that's the one major negative I would say from this game was him. And some of the... he was giving me a headache all game, to be honest, some things that he's doing. Apart from that... Other big chances as well. Let's just start with some of the negatives then. The chances, guys. We had a lot of chances, but our attackers are just not good enough. Like Trossard, fair play to him for his goal. He managed to score. He tried to drill it across. It didn't really go bottom corner. Potentially, the Spurs keeper could have done better, and that could be a bit of a criticism, obviously, on their side. But Trossard, he tried. He got into the game, and what he did to Pedro Porro. If you guys haven't seen it, mate. He caught a body, as they say. When Deontay Wilder was in the ring, I can't remember who he was fighting. No, I can't remember. He fighting someone who was in an interview. He said, "I want to catch a body, man. I want to catch." Like, it's crazy talking. Obviously, he says he want to basically kill someone in the ring. Crazy talk. But Trossard did that today to Porro. He did that to Porro. And I'm thinking, if Porro, you got injured from that, long day. Like, people feel sorry for you, but it's one of them ones. Yeah, embarrassing, man. If you're getting injured from that, but yeah, you didn't get injured or anything. And Trossard done him there, got the winner as well. So fair play to Trossard. I'm not gonna get onto him today. As I said, Trossard. I get onto him. How do I get into it? Not maybe this season, but in general. Obviously, since he signed, at one point I thought this is one of the best January pieces of businesses that we've done. You signed Trossard, the goals that he was scoring, centre forward at times, left wing. Good on both feet. He's a good player, but I feel like it's one of them ones. He's done his job, stopgap. And now, you know, we need to start investing in these new attackers that are coming up. The Semenyos, Mbeumo's, you know, Sesko, Nico Williams, all of these players that we're talking about, you know, we're hearing about these links. These are the sort of players that we need to be bringing into Arsenal, this new blood of attackers to actually take us, you know, and complete this team. Because if you look at our team from the goalkeeper to the defence to the midfield, it's great. But then you look at the attack and all of a sudden it's probably not even the best attack in the top 10, let alone, I don't even know, maybe even top 15, who knows? Because even teams like, one of my friends are like, is Palace's attack better than yours? I'm like, yeah, probably is. Mateta, Eze, all of them guys. So it's something we need to look at 100%. We need to look at sorting out that attack. But yeah, that's as I said, criticism of Havertz. Odegaard today, 8.4 rating there. They're giving him man of the match. He wasn't my man of the match at all. I think he should have scored. He had a massive chance when Tierney came on. Should have done better there. He's had another shot as well. A bit of a harder shot. But Odegaard again, I don't think he scored. Someone said, I think on comms, they said he hasn't scored in 18 games. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I don't know what he's been doing, man. He's breaking my heart, man, because Odegaard's my guy. But what is this, man? What is going on? Like, I don't even understand how he missed. I haven't even seen the chance back, so I don't know if it got blocked or anything, or if he's just mishit it. But that chance where Tierney passes it to him, you know, Tierney's coming on doing left wing duties. Like, it's quite funny seeing that. Obviously, apparently going back to Celtic, getting minutes all of a sudden. Obviously, yeah, he's a weapon, man. He's a weapon. Maybe just keep him around, man, for 6 months and then see what happens with Kieran Tierney. I think his contract is up anyway. But Odegaard, going back to him, man, he should have done way, way better. And it's not just today. It's been other games as well. Even the last game against United, like, he's not been at the level that we expect Odegaard, our captain, number 8, all of that to be at. He's not been at the level. Apart from that, the other two in midfield. First of all, I'll start with Declan Rice. For me, he's the best midfielder for us today. Again, as always, you know, he's so good. He's so good. He does. You know what it is with I don't get people that criticize Declan Rice. He does everything you want. He runs. He wins tackles. You know, he keeps possession of the ball. He does everything. He just ticks every box that we want in a midfielder. But there's people here that will slander him and say he's not good at this. He's not good at that. Listen, I haven't even talked about Zubimendi links or anything. Don't know if I should do it in this video. Maybe we will when we get the chance. Otherwise, it'll be a really long video. But man, you know what? It might have to be a long video. Who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know what you guys like, but just keep it going and see whatever happens. But Declan Rice, let me click on his stats here. See if there's even anything stats-wise that even backs him up. Because sometimes you don't. As I say, I don't even take much credit, or I don't put much into these stats. But he's such a top player, man. All round, he's a top player. You look at that, 31 out of 34, you know, passes, everything about him. Let me see his tackles 1. Have we got anything here? Interceptions 1, defensive actions 4, recoveries 4. You know, he 4 duels 1. Like, all of these stats, whatever. But honestly, when you watch him play, like, he's a top quality midfielder. Thomas Partey as well next to him. Hit and miss. Like, he does many good things, many bad things. Like, sometimes I feel like there was one moment where I feel like he was just mocking it. Like, I don't know if it's because you're playing Tottenham or you're trying to have some fun. Like, he won the ball back. What happened? He won the ball back. Anyway, he's facing our defenders. He turns, right? Okay, fair enough. Make a nice pass then. Passes it into the middle. I think he was trying to hit either Rice or Odegaard, loses it. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense sometimes. He does one good thing, one bad thing. One good thing, one bad thing. So sometimes the party is he's switching off. So I feel like it's always in the second half as well. Maybe he gets tired and he starts just overthinking things. I don't know what happens to him, but overall it was okay. Not a bad performance from Thomas Partey. You know, I thought he was good. But yeah, sometimes it just switches off. But let's talk about some of our best players of today. For me, our best player, who should I start with, man? Let me start with Lewis-Skelly. I'm going to save the real best player, because the real best player is what a guy. I think I mentioned him already. I'm pretty sure I did. But Lewis-Skelly, man, what a youngster, man. This kid, how old is he? 18 years old. And you can tell he's built in the same way like a Saka is built, you know, in terms of he's 18 years old. But the Arsenal education is different. So his brain is like he's 32 in terms of football IQ. Like, he's just different. He's so smart. Such a smart player. You know, that's the first thing I noticed. It's just the same as Saka, right? And not only is he smart physically, in terms of his development already at 18 years old, it's mad. Strong. Like, this is what happened when Saka came into the team. When Saka came into the team, the first thing I noticed about Saka was his football intelligence. That was the first thing. Like, wow, this kid, he seems way smarter than everyone else on the pitch. But then number two, when they get the ball, they don't get bullied. They don't get bounced off the ball. They're stronger than they're not big. They're not massive human beings. You know, they're compact. They're compact. You can't move them. You know, they're quick. Like the fast thinking, the passing, the way he's carrying the ball. You know, from deep, he's breaking lines just with the way he's carrying the ball. Let alone, and one thing I love about Lewis-Skelly, and I loved about him, and he did it in the first half, and he actually lost the ball. But I said fair play. There was one moment where there was a bit of a scramble for the ball. The ball's bounced to Lewis-Skelly now, and instead of taking the ball and turning around and passing it to Gabriel or to Saliba or to the goalkeeper, which a lot of players would do, and I don't think the manager would think there's anything wrong in doing that. First thing he does, boom, he tries to play it quick, plays it direct. He always is looking for the forward pass. And for me, this is what is separating him from a lot of players. So when Calafiori is playing there, for example, and he's not played there too many times for me to give a whole assessment of Calafiori, I feel like he obviously tries to play a bit more safe, even though Calafiori, when he has played that position, sometimes his positioning is mad. I've seen him right wing 1 minute, behind the striker, like he's just doing a madness, right? But with Lewis-Skelly, just going back to him, when he's playing this position, the way he wants to pass the ball forward, punch the ball forward, his weight of pass, everything is great. And as I said, in that moment in the first half, I can't remember what minute it was, he's passed it forward. He actually did lose the ball. But even when he lost the ball, I was like, you know what, fair enough, because that's what I want to see. I want to see players willing to take a risk on the ball, willing to actually do something on the ball, willing to hurt the opposition, right? And that's what Lewis-Skelly tried to do today. I don't know what his stats are saying. You know, 30 out of 32 passes. So even that one bad pass that I remember, you know, and I said it had good intentions behind it, it's only 2 passes missed out of 30. So that's, yeah, it's just mad. Absolutely mad. It was unbelievable. The tackles won, the way he won the ball back, you know, the way he's clarting into the players, man. Honestly, the challenges he's putting in. He's, as I said, the IQ, the footballing brain. Yeah, I don't know what they're teaching these kids at Arsenal, man, but they're teaching them some, high level football from early. I don't know what kind of information they're downloading into them, but he was unbelievable. The second youngest player to play for Arsenal in the North London derby behind Cesc Fabregas. So again, you have to give Lewis-Skelly a lot of credit for that. That is a sensational performance, and I think one that he's going to remember for many, many years to come. But yeah, let's move on very quickly from Lewis-Skelly and talk about the main man. And this is the main man. I don't know how he's got a lower rating than Saliba. Saliba had a good game, but the main man, Gabriel Magalhaes. Come on, man. Gabriel Magalhaes, man. Our number 6, the king of Brazil. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about when you talk about real men, centre back, you know, Arsenal Football Club. This is Gabriel. It's Gabriel Magalhaes, and yeah, absolutely sensational performance. Absolutely, yeah, he was everywhere. Like, listen, I said it the other day. Like, he's our best defender. He's our best attacker. It's just Gabriel. You know what I mean? He's absolutely just immense. Tackles here's only saying 1 out of 100% ratio. Blocks 3 out of 3. Clearances 3. 2-headed clearances. Interceptions. Defensive actions 10. Recoveries 2. Dribble pass 0 times. 1-4 duels there. And he's just immense, man. He's just immense. And that block, as I said in the first half, you know, for the Solanke chance, well, Jed Spence, it's brilliant. Crossing outside the foot. Puts it in. And Solanke, if Gabriel's not there, it's definitely a goal's going in. But Gabriel, he's just that guy, man. He's just that guy for the big moments, the big occasions. And the one thing about Gabriel that I think all Arsenal fans appreciate is how much he loves playing for the team, for the badge, for the club, how much he loves defending, how much he just loves. You can just see how much he loves to win, man. How much and just how much he loves Arsenal Football Club. So for me, it's big up Gabriel. For me, my man of the match, all-round dominant performance. As I said, he's causing chaos in their box. He's defending our box. He's just a leader at the back. Number 6 on the back. Everything is just, class about Gabriel. And now he's 27 years old, you know, entering his prime years. And I think he's just going to keep getting better. What a defender. And him, obviously, next to Saliba. Saliba as well, very good. Put in a good tackle. I think at one stage, I think they tried to call for a penalty. Then you look at it again, it's not a penalty. Like, it was a brilliant bit of defensive action by Saliba there, and David Raya in goal. Again, I think Raya, when we needed him, he came up clutch. Especially, I don't know, one thing about Raya I don't understand, and it's even when before we signed him, was how all the stats were showing that how he's really dominant in the air in terms of crosses, in terms of all of these things. I know that someone showed he's got massive hands. I can't remember. I think it was probably him watching the interview, and he's just showing how big his hands are. But it's just mad the way sometimes he grabs the ball, and it's just like, how did you just take the ball just so effortlessly from the sky? He's not a massive goalkeeper. He's not like a Thibaut Courtois or anything. He's just a normal sized guy playing in goal. But wow, yeah, he's been fantastic, honestly. So yeah, big up David Raya as well. Yuri and Timber, I thought he had a decent game as well compared to Gabriel, Lewis-Skelly. I don't think there's much to talk about. Timber's one of them guys as well. Like, he's got to do something super, super, super special for me to be like, yeah, Timber had a sick game today. The guy is just, he's just consistent every game. Timber, what he's going to do. So, yeah, solid game in terms of our defense, solid game in terms of our midfield. But again, the issue is the attack. So, yeah, let's look at some quotes, man. I've got one quote here that I want to show you guys here. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Let me just move myself again. And basically, Rice says here, we have lost Gabriel Jesus. I'm sure the manager will look for something because we had to bring Tierney on left wing. We are a bit short. I'd not be surprised if we do something in the transfer window. So obviously Declan Rice there, he's someone who wants that transfer. He wants these attackers. And if you're a player like Declan Rice, obviously you're looking at the situation like, it's all sorts of mad. Like us guys, our attacking options don't make sense. I'll be real, it doesn't make any sense. Let me see what Arteta has also said. There's another quote here that I want to show you guys. So Arteta as well has said here, for sure, we are going to try on the market and we want to reinforce the attack. Okay. We've lost two big players, Bukayo for up to 3 months and Gabriel Jesus will be out for a long time. So obviously Gabriel Jesus done his ACL. We know Jesus is, I think, to be honest, unfortunately, his career is probably over at Arsenal Football Club. It was already on the ropes in the first place. Came back, he scored a few goals. He was looking good. He was looking, like he was getting somewhere. Not the Gabriel Jesus we signed initially, but he was getting somewhere where maybe he could be a bit useful for us. But on the wages that he's on, what he's offering, obviously now injured his other knee as well. I think it'll be a miracle basically if he ever comes back and actually plays for Arsenal or manages to get a spot back at Arsenal Football Club. But apart from that, guys, man, it's been a good day for Arsenal Football Club. Let me get the table up. Actually, let me get the table up for you guys so we can have a little look and see where we stand right now in terms of the Premier League. Let's do that here. So, guys, yeah, the table right here, 4 points behind Liverpool now. Obviously, they've got a game in hand against Everton. I think it's Everton. I don't even know when they're going to play. I think they're going to play them soon. But I don't know if it's the game in hand game or it's just because obviously play each other twice. I'm not sure which one it is. But anyway, they have a game in hand. They'll have to play at some point. We're 4 points behind. And I think if we can get past Villa, if we can pick up 3 points, that's going to be massive because they've got to play Brentford. Brentford, very, very difficult team. Very, very difficult team. I wouldn't want to. I think we played them recently, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, it's one of them games. Brentford's a hard team to play. The way they play, I think the way they're set up, Mbeumo, Wissa, direct football, in the air, strong in the they've got a lot of things going for them that I feel like they can hurt Liverpool. So I'll be there waiting for Liverpool to drop points, basically. But we need to beat Villa. Because if we don't beat Villa, then it's all for nothing, But yeah, apart from that, guys, man, I think today has just been a reminder. We're not a bad football team. We're a good football team. Not only are we a good football team, we're probably, on paper, not even on paper, just watching. We've got like Declan Rice. There's no one else who can do what Declan Rice does in the league. Let's be honest. There's no one else that can do what Declan Rice does. There's no one else that can do what Gabriel and Saliba do. Obviously, Van Dijk, Konate, people will say. But I don't think they're as good as Gabriel and Saliba right now. You look at our options in the fullback positions, Timber, Lewis-Skelly. Obviously, when the likes of Ben White comes fit, Calafiori, we have a lot of options. Our midfield's not too bad. Maybe we need another attacking midfielder, but that's not it's not 100% like what's it called? It's not a requirement to get it in this transfer window because it is January. But what really needs to be upgraded, right, is that front three, man. At least bring in 2 proper attackers. We've lost Saka for a few months. We don't know how he's going to come back. We don't know if you can really risk him, you know, coming back and then making him play at that same level that he's been playing for the last, 5 years or whatever. Can't be just forcing Saka to come back really, really quickly. Obviously, Ethan Nwaneri is going to come back at some point as well, but he's just a kid. Can't be relying on him at all, even, right? I don't think you can put any pressure on him. It's not even like a Lewis-Skelly thing where, for me, Lewis-Skelly, physically, you can see he's way more developed than Nwaneri. He's a bit older than Nwaneri, and he's not playing up front. You know, or he's not playing in the attacking position. So for him, as Lewis-Skelly, it's easier to make your way into the team. You've got better players around you where you're playing, and then you can make an impact. With Nwaneri, there's a lot of pressure. If he plays on the right wing, which he did look good, you know, before he got injured against Brighton, he did look good there. But at the end of the day, he's just too young. He's just too young to put that pressure on. So we need to sign those 2 attackers. We need to bring them in ASAP. And from there, man, we move. From there, we move. If we can do that soon, man, that's going to change everything for us, man. Because this title, for me, it's there. It's there, man. That's what it's frustrating. It's there. Every time you say it's not there, it is there. The reason it's not there is because we've not done what we have to do to actually win the league. And it just takes a few signings, man. A few attacking signings that come in, make that instant impact to the team, put the money down, get the players you want to get in. And listen, man, I know we can put pressure on Liverpool. We're going to play them towards back end of the season as well. But we need to get past Villa. That's not going to be an easy game. They're a very dangerous team. Even in the first game we won, but it was a very, very difficult game. So yeah, Villa's going to be a tough game. Then we'll see. I don't know what order it is. Brentford, Villa, Brentford, Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa. I don't know what the order is, but there's a chance, man. There's a chance for us. But apart from that, guys, Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1, Arsenal, yeah, transfer links have been heating up. I haven't done a video on Zubamendi or anything like that yet. Hopefully I'll be able to do a transfer video soon. I care more about transfers for January, man. That's why I haven't done a video on Zubamendi. I don't care about transfer in 6 months, even if he's a good player. I don't care about another DM coming in. We need him, don't get me wrong. We need Zubamendi, but I don't care about Zubamendi right now. So it's one of them ones. We need those strikers in, left wing, right wing, centre forward. Just bring them in, man. Mbeumo, Semenyo, Nico Williams, Sesko, Gyökeres, Osimhen. So many players out there, man, that we can sign. Just go and put the money down. They will make the world of difference. And, I think we can do something. But let's see. Arteta's talked about it. Declan Rice has talked about it today in terms of transfers. We've got the win. We've capitalised on Liverpool dropping points. We just have to keep on putting the pressure, keep on getting our results. And if we do what we do in the window, if we do what we have to do correctly, then we have a chance. We have a chance. And that's what we want to give ourselves, is a chance, especially after going out of the Carabao. Well, we've not gone out yet, but we've pretty much gone out of the Carabao Cup and gone out the FA Cup. You know what I mean? So we've not put ourselves in a good position to win the domestic cups, but we've still got Champions League to play. We've still got the Premier League, probably most importantly right now for us to play, right? So come on. Let's see what happens. But anyway, let me not make this too long. If you've enjoyed this video, by the way, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Yeah, guys, I'll be back with you guys next time. Peace.